every single one of my songs has a purpose. It's more of a testimony. And the ones that aren't a testimony, they're preaching pretty much. It's like going to church. You're going to hear the word of God. You're going to hear the name of God. That's all you're going to hear. Stories, yeah, basically testimony, things that I've dealt with in my mind, things I've dealt with in life that have molded me and refined me to what I am now. Well, different from other Christian rap, that would be the style and the complexity of it, but make it different from other rap, there's a very big difference. See, rap is an acronym. It stands for rhythm and poetry, and what we've done up till now is take the poetry out of the rhythm, and we've just been speaking about nonsense and pretty much wasting our time. I put the poetry back in it, so therefore I actually bring rap back. There's no two sides about it. I do secular music, but I look at it like this: if God had a radio, what music would he play? And if my music God can smile upon, I'm happy with it. Yes. I have come to do 734 words in 139 seconds. That's 6 words a second. I have no clue. My plan right now is to stand in front of as many churches as I possibly can and be an example to what Christ does in people's lives. And want to know something? I've dealt with a lot of stuff in my life, and one of the main things I've dealt with is not being able to find stability. And when I apply God to the application and the stability, it just comes along, you know, it's a given. And I have no goal except to do his work. Believe it or not, that was written in a night. One night. Absolutely nothing was going through my mind. I was yielded to and compelled to just sit down and start typing. And what made me so angry is that I had this entire thing written out, and before I was done with it, it was deleted. And I freaked. I was like, I'm never going to be able to write something like this again. I was scared. I was like, how did I do that? It's got to be somewhere. It's got to be. So I said, you know what, it'll be just easier to try to write it again. And believe it or not, it ended up better than the first time. And it ended up longer and more complex. It just came out so beautiful. And the first thing I made my objective is to memorize it. And every time I just let somebody hear it, it's just like they look at me with their jaw on the floor like, where did that come from? And I tell them, I don't write this stuff. God writes it. And he's just given me the ability to speak it very fast. I choose to speak it slower, though, so people can be edified and understand what it is that I'm saying. I will write something, and it'll stay that way for however long a time, and then I'll see it, or I'll do it over and over in my mind so many times that eventually I'll change a few words that fit better. And it's just minor editing, but the overall, what it is saying, stays exactly the same. The meaning never changes. It's kind of like Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. It will never change. It would always stay the same. I haven't seen my family in over 3 years.
Why is that?
Because I've had a lot of financial problems. When I went back to Louisiana, stay with my grandfather. I didn't even get to see my family, and I was sent back. And I've just been sitting here trying to make things work here and eventually come to the point to be able to see them again. I've been in close contact with them. They're my biggest fans. You know, all of them have my song on their MySpace and this, that, and the other. But it's been rough. It's been real rough, especially since the fact I grew up in the country for 19 years on a 48-acre farm, and then moved to the city 2,000 miles away with no backup plan at 19 years old. It was a huge change in my life, but I saw it as not my decision, but God bringing me to where I was supposed to be. And then I was brought down and refined, and I was broken. My spirit was literally tamed. And I can honestly say, after those events took place, I finally became a man. I understood what being a man was. Other than that, it was just childish games with no consequences in mind. Now I know there are consequences to things that I do wrong, so now I'm not so quick to do them anymore.